friends! Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going through some more holiday releases with you guys. I've done a few of these videos now and I will link them below that a lot of you really appreciate because kind of what I do differently. A lot of people talk about the new releases and kind of if they're going to get them or not, and I give you my opinions too, but what I like to do is kind of go through the comment section on what's being released or just coming out and let you know what people who love the brands are saying, people who have bought the brands are saying, so that way we have a better idea. Is this something we want to throw our dollars at, or is this something that we're like, I think I'm gonna save? It just kind of helps us all have a better idea of like, what is the beauty community of like-minded people saying about the products? Are they repetitive? Is it something we're really excited about? Or is it something that we should just save our money for something else? If you are new to my channel, hi new friends! My name is Nicole and I hope you take a quick moment to hit that subscribe button down below to see all of the fun, loud, weird, unique videos I put out every single week. There is something that caught my eye this morning that I was like, I gotta talk about this because I think this is gonna end up in people's declutter videos if they get it. So brand new on Trend Mood's Instagram account, she is showing us a sneak peek of a NARS Fire Clay face palette. This is 3 shades, a highlight, a blush, and a bronzer. And it is like a pixelated clump of all products together. I saw this and it totally reminded me of an anti-haul I think I did a while back where there's just a product, I think it was a MAC product maybe, that had literally everything in one little compact, and you can't really use the individual pieces that easily when things are combined like that. And when I saw this, I was like, you're making it even harder. Like, how would you get to that highlighter? Would you go in there with, hold on, like a little pencil brush? Would you just like dap into it and be like, highlight, highlight, highlight? I don't know about you guys, but I don't have that much time in my day to be that precise with things like that. So I was really curious what people were gonna say about this particular product. Let's scroll to the comments. Very first comment with 314 likes. What? How are you going to use those colors individually? There's literally no way. Jocelyn said, stop making products like this 2018. Anita said, I wish companies would understand that we don't want products like this. Sure, it's pretty, but it's not functional. So someone else agrees with me. Mr. C. Malone says, what the hell is NARS expect me to do? Highlight with a pencil brush? Exactly. Glam Looks by Holly, why make a product with zero functionality? I mean, that's what all of these comments are saying. Someone's also saying like, I hate this concept, this enrages me. Why? Why NARS, why? The Wet n Wild Holiday Brush Set is something I am really thinking about, and if you act quickly, I hope this video is up in time. I'm not sure how long it's going to be on sale, but there is a sale going on for the 10-piece holiday Wet n Wild brushes, and they're $15, normally $30 right now. I am so intrigued by these. Let's see what people are saying about them. I like to know that because it's like, if anybody who else is, like, I own some Wet n Wild brushes, but not a lot. So I just always want to know what other people are saying so I can be like, oh, do they fall apart? Do they last a long time? Are they good bristles? I need the details. And then I'm gonna tell them to you. So the sale ends on Saturday. So if you are watching this on Thursday or Friday, or even maybe Saturday, you could still get the deal. We sell online and on Walgreens stores. People are asking where they can find them. Okay, so Vanity Beauty said, I got mine today. They are really great brushes. I never have anything bad to say about Wet n Wild brushes though. They never disappoint me. That's how I have felt about them. So that's kind of what I was hoping to hear. Okay, has anyone tried these brushes? Asks Emily, and now she has a lot of replies. So let's see what they're saying. Beauty with Skay said, I just got these today, so I haven't used all of them, but they are super soft and seem really nice, especially for the price. Somebody else just said, I bought these last year and they are definitely amazing, so I highly recommend them. I love seeing that. Erica said, I bought the brushes today and OMG, they are amazing. So everyone is saying that they love the brushes. So that kind of corroborates what I was thinking because I do have some Wet n Wild brushes and that's something I'm thinking about throwing my dollars at. And again, they are half price through the 10th. So if you're wanting them, go shop. This is a new release, and I don't know if this is technically considered a holiday release, but I feel like anything being released in November and December, hi holiday release, how you doing? Unleash Your Inner Artist palette from Morphe and James Charles is remodeled after the 39A palette. I think there might be some controversy going on with some swatching business going on. I don't know. I haven't been following it that closely, but this is a very colorful Morphe palette, and it's got a lot of variety in it, which is very fascinating to me. I like variety. I feel like a lot of the Morphe palettes when they were first coming out were very warmed toned in those brick red, brown, those kind of families, oranges, things like that. And this has a lot of so much color. We've got some greens, we've got some yellows, we've got some purples and pinks and blues, and then there are still some lighter pinks and highlight shades, and then there's obviously the darker shades where there's some brown and red in there. The only Morphe palette that I own is the Jaclyn Hill original Morphe palette, and I really like that palette. So I'm curious what people are saying about the James Charles palette. Let's get into the comments. Okay, so people are talking about his IG story swatches were kind of chalky and not so pigmented. A lot of people are talking about that, but then I think he approached and said something on Twitter. I don't know. I just want to know what everybody thinks. Bella Jean Beauty said, I don't see any people of color swatches. For someone that uses sister as a trademark, I don't see any. Okay, a lot of people are upset about the swatches in general, and that there's no women of color swatches, so women aren't really sure of different skin tones, what it's gonna look like on them. I'm seeing a lot of drama in these comments. Let me see if I can find another post about it, because it sounds like there's a lot of upset people about the swatches that went on in his IG story. I did not see that. So N-Marie3 said, all he did was put every color into one palette. It's not a color story, and Morphe is boring me. That's fair. Riley said, am I the only one not into this? Nothing against James, this just doesn't interest me. People are saying that this is just kind of an unnecessary palette and that they're not interested in it. I'm really surprised by this. Okay, the good point, yeah, there is a point here of you don't need it if you already have the 39A. Fair point. Okay, so Y Hearn says, when you discontinue a cheaper palette only to rearrange the colors and slap someone else's name on it so you can upcharge a palette for the same thing, this is when people get frustrated. And I could see that. And oh, someone replied and said, that's my exact thought. They discontinued a $23 palette just to sell it for $40 with a person's name on it, like a branded name like James Charles. So it sounds like that's where some frustration is coming from. And then there's somebody else saying, I literally cannot wait. I am buying all of this with clapping hands in the middle. Okay, so this is it's not getting a lot of great reviews, and a few people are saying they're into it. What do you guys think? Again, I only have one Morphe palette, so I'm not like a ride or die Morphe girl. Tell me your thoughts if you really like Morphe, if you think this is something you want to throw your dollars at, or are you going to skip this? So this just recently came out, and I've been watching videos on it, and I don't know. So this is Hooda Beauty's new nude for $65. First of all, $65 palette. I don't think I own any eyeshadow palette that is $65, which is probably why my mindset is kind of like, probably not going to get this one either, because I could throw my dollars to something that's amazing that doesn't cost that much. But I am curious because I've been seeing so many beautiful looks made with this on YouTube, on Instagram. So I am curious what other people are saying, and it could help you guys out too if you're on the fence. So Kennedy says, pretty, but those big glitter chunks make me really nervous. And Trend Mood actually replied to her and said, I was wondering about it too before touching it and swatching it. It looks really pretty and feels smooth, extra foiled shades. So if you had that concern, keep that in mind. Somebody else just said, I think it's really innovative that she's included a concealer, and there is a concealer pan in this palette, so that way you could do cut creases. You don't need to go to something else. You can use her entire palette for a whole look, which is very innovative, and I appreciate that. And I think I saw a video where someone was actually using it and said it was a pretty decent concealer for doing a cut crease too. Some people are saying, I want it, but I'm on a no-buy until 2019, especially for $65. Girl, that's a lot of money. So somebody else just said something that I have heard a few times. It looks really pretty, but every look you make with this palette ends up looking the exact same. And somebody else replied to her and said, I want to see one that's more brown because there are so few of those looks, because everybody's seeing the same looks come out of this palette. So Slanta said, I bought it with a little money emoji, but I wish she would stop with the pressed glitters. I've never used it in her past palettes, and I'd much rather have more shimmers. See, that's fascinating to me because I don't have any Hooda palettes, but I do own the Thirsty palette from Jeffree Star, and I love the pressed glitters with the glitter glue. I've been using it a lot. So it's fascinating to me that some people aren't gravitating to that because I thought she was kind of known for having those in her palettes. I don't think I'm going to be getting this, as pretty as I think it is. $65 for me in my budget, in my lifestyle, is just too much for an eyeshadow palette. Now, if someone wanted to gift it to me, I wouldn't say no. But as far as me throwing my dollars at it, I'm gonna hold those dollars back. That's what I'm gonna do. Tell me what you're thinking though. Okay, so speaking of Jeffree and speaking of palettes, he just released a new palette for the holiday 2018 season, and it is something that does not scream candy canes, it does not scream Christmas tree or menorah or anything holiday 2018 that you would think. He went a totally different direction. Hence, you know, Jeffree, that's how he rolls. He went with the Alien palette, and that, when I saw the outside packaging before I even saw the inside, I was like, interesting. I don't know if I gravitate to a palette like that because I struggle with keeping things organized as it is, and you're putting something very uniquely shaped into a makeup drawer. I would struggle with it, so it would have to be amazing on the inside. And then he came out with all of his swatches, and he was talking about it and wearing the products, and it looks really unique. I like unique things because if I don't have something in my collection, that tells me it's special and that I may reach for it more. But then there's also the fear I may reach for it less. So I'm really, really curious what people said in the comments, and I have not looked ahead on this because I wanted to experience this on camera with you guys. It does retail for $52, which again, cha-ching, cha-ching. And I know he's got some new lippies out, but right now I just want to focus on the palette because that is where I always cave, is palettes. Okay, this is really funny to me. So Mick Rebecca 11 says, everyone, this is what you're saying. We want something different. So tired of seeing the same palette being released over and over again. Jeffree reveals his Alien palette. Everyone, oh my god, that is just too weird. I don't know what I'm going to do with these colors. I'm so overwhelmed. Real talk, you know, you can't please them all. Maya Baby XO said, this is exactly what you guys ask for all the time. Something unique with unique shades and something that you have not seen before. Be grateful. And that is 958 likes. Tahara Killa said, definitely thought there would be more purples and greens in here. And I agree. But maybe you don't want to be too obvious or do too much of that because then you're kind of like stuck with a Halloween looking palette. So I could see why he didn't. Vacant Bone said that palette is such a breath of fresh air. Something I've not seen before. Scorpio Fever said people are tired of seeing the same brown and berry tones all the time in palettes. Jeffree comes out with this and you all are still complaining. And that has almost 500 likes. Dia said, wow, I'm so disappointed in this palette. Sibillion Blanc said, not really alien colors. I'd say they're more like zombie colors. Beautiful shades though. Casey says, I'm sorry, but I'm so underwhelmed. Dancing Queen 85 says, wow, this is a totally different shade range than I was expecting, but I really love it. So it's kind of split. I feel like a lot of people are saying they're either really into it or this kind of just like threw them off guard, so they're not sure what to think about it. I don't know if I would be throwing my money at this because I am still thinking about the Blood Sugar palette that just came back out. I'm thinking if I were to get another Jeffree Star palette, I'd go there first before this Alien palette. But I can appreciate putting something else out different and new on the market. Now, any of you that have said that you like Jeffree Star Cosmetics, is this something that's on your wish list, or are you still like, I've got some other things ahead of that I want? Because that's kind of how I feel. And I think the product I'm going to end on is the Real Techniques 2018 collection. There's more that's now being released about what is coming out from Real Techniques. I really love my Real Techniques sponge. I'm not going to try any of the brushes, so I'm really intrigued by all of that. So I'm just kind of curious what people are saying, but it looks like the mini brush ornament is $5.99, Grab and Glow $9.99. There's like a bunch of things here. I'm gonna definitely list, don't forget, Trend Mood below so you can check out all the stuff for yourself. Riza says, I love Real Techniques brushes, but these designs look like they should be eclairs. Real Techniques makes one of the best quality brushes in the industry. My very first Real Techniques brush from 7 years ago is still going strong. Aisha said, I just don't understand why they're going down this kid-like route. I was hoping for them to eventually go down a more classic, sleeker route because their brushes are amazing, but I get put off by their appearance. You know, I could definitely see that, and this does look very childlike, and it doesn't have the sleek bougie look to it that a lot of, I mean, even the Wet n Wild brushes look more sophisticated than those. So it sounds like the look is putting people off even though they love the brushes. That's interesting. Megan Sanchez says the diamond-shaped beauty sponge is everything. Someone else just said, oh, they need to come out with a pro collection for these Real Techniques brushes with solid neutral handles. Everybody seems to be loving the brushes but really disliking the look of them. That's fascinating, and I could totally see that since everything's kind of going to more sleeker packaging. I mean, handles everything. It's kind of coming the theme. Guys, thank you so much for kind of coming on this little down the rabbit hole reviews, what are people saying journey with me with the latest holiday makeup coming out. Tell me what you're thinking of getting, or is there anything I haven't listed that you're like, I need that? Or tell me other things that you thought about these products as well. I love learning more from you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you happen to be new to my channel, hi new friends, I'm Nichole and I do videos every week that are crazy, unique, and kind of weird, but we have a lot of fun here. See you guys in the next video. Bye friends.